ear, let him hear. I mean, we hear things a lot of times. They go in this, or I do. They go in this side and out this side. When God's talking about he who has an ear, let him hear, he's saying, hear it, understand it, and live by it. Don't just give it word service. Oh yeah, I believe Jesus came to save the world, and then live any way you want to. That's not what hearing means in godly terms. Might mean that in worldly terms, but it doesn't mean that. And when God tells us something, we need to not only hear it, but understand it and apply it to our lives, strive for that ideal. Chapter 3, verse 6. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Again, virtually word for word. Chapter 3, verse 13. Just took me a minute to get out. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. And then finally in chapter 3, verse 22. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. So this morning I wanted to bring out those things that are repetition, and again, the main one being this letter is about Jesus Christ and what he's done for the world. He's our hope to overcome the evil that's in this world and therefore have eternal life in his presence. Okay, it's almost time. Maybe any questions? I know I did a lot of talking today, and I hope I cleared up some things that I thought that I may have went over too fast last week.
Where are we going?
Pardon me?
Where are we going to start next time after the meeting though?
Next time after that's going to be a while, isn't it? Yeah, just 1 week. Thank you.
I didn't know where we was going to pick up at.
I think we'll go back through starting with Ephesus again. Is that okay with anybody? Is that too much repetition? I'm saying that right. I don't know what I'm doing.
If you repeat what you put to us, it's good because that gives us an opportunity to absorb more. Like you said, we're here to absorb what you're teaching us to become better people, more faithful.
Right.
So I'm all for whatever you do.
And I'm glad you said it in that way. And I appreciate the encouragement, but my hope, my prayer is that we're hearing God's words, not mine. And, if I'm not clear in something I say or do, please tell me that. Because I do want to strive to be a better person tomorrow than I was today. And I'll try to take it with the same way you offer it, in love. I know y'all won't offer any criticism to me except in love. And I'll do my best to accept it that way. Any other comments or questions?
I'd like to say one more thing too. If we study this, try to make us a better person. I think we need to keep in mind that the power of Satan's got lots of power.
Yeah.
It says right here in chapter 2, verse 10, about Satan to be thrown in prison, and to be, that'd be easy if you was unlucky enough to get falsely charged or really charged, to get thrown in prison, how you could turn in God. Well, if I'm a Christian, what am I doing in this place?
Right.
And it said if you'll keep what you're supposed to have, well, you'll be all right.
Right.
But Satan,
And
you
the-
know,
and
he's
the-
like that lion roaming around looking for the weak, you know.
Right. And we're, you know, we're struggling every day against things that are much bigger than we are. You know, powers and principalities that are much, but we have to resist that. And again, that goes back to the same theme that this letter was for the 7 churches at that time. It's still the same. We are still struggling. The circumstances may be a little different, but it's the same. I mean, as much as I've seen this country change in my short lifetime, you know, it may not be very long before being a Christian may get you thrown in prison
Yeah, that's right.
or killed.
It's definitely heading that way or something don't change.
Right. And, you know, so again, we see that not only the theme of the warning, which we'll get into more next time, but also that theme of hope. Even though, and then there's another one in there too that we hadn't really talked about. Even though things are bad right now, they're gonna get worse before they get better. And we need to be prepared for that also. We need to realize as God's people that, yeah, things are bad now, but they're gonna get worse. And then ultimately, they're gonna get perfected. And we won't have to deal with that anymore. And that's where unless there's any other comments, I don't want to leave anybody out. More comments, questions? All right. Marcel, you want to close us with a prayer, brother?
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for allowing us to be here. Father, we pray that as we are here, that we will take a portion of your word, apply it to our lives. Pray that you be with those that are absent today. Pray that their will, they'll be back at the next point in time. Thank you for the opportunity to be at this class and this service today. Go with us as we go through life.